The Love Boat, 1977, was one of the most beloved TV series of its time, taking audiences on unforgettable journeys filled with romance, laughter, and heartwarming stories aboard the Pacific Princess. More than 4 decades later, fans still wonder what happened to the iconic cast who brought Captain Stubing, Doc, Isaac, Julie, and many memorable guests to life. Some actors continued their careers in film and television. Some shifted into new paths, and sadly a few have passed away, leaving behind a lasting legacy. Join us as we take a nostalgic look back at the Love Boat cast then and now, a voyage through time you won't want to miss. Gavin MacLeod portrayed Captain Merrill Stubing in The Love Boat, 1977, when he was 46 years old. Captain Stubing was the commanding officer of the Pacific Princess, respected for his authority, discipline, and compassion. While he maintained a firm presence, he also displayed warmth and humor, guiding passengers and crew through comedic mishaps and heartfelt dramas. Memorable arcs involved his relationship with his daughter Vicky, as well as his romantic struggles, which humanized him beyond his captain's hat. He was the moral center of the show, embodying responsibility and kindness, and became one of television's most beloved fictional leaders. Outside the series, Gavin MacLeod was already known from the Mary Tyler Moore Show as Murray Slaughter, and his earlier film work included The Sand Pebbles and Kelly's Heroes. His career spanned over 5 decades, making him a staple of American television. In his personal life, he married actress Patty Kendig twice, divorcing and later remarrying, showing resilience in love. A devout Christian later in life, he often spoke publicly about faith and positivity. Gavin MacLeod passed away on May 29, 2021, at age 90, leaving behind a legacy as the steady captain who guided audiences through a decade of lighthearted voyages at sea. Ted Lange portrayed Isaac Washington, the upbeat and charismatic bartender of the Pacific Princess, in The Love Boat, 1977, when he was 29 years old. Isaac became one of the show's most iconic figures, known for his easygoing personality, ready smile, and signature double finger point greeting to guests at the bar. As bartender, he was more than a server of drinks. He was a counselor, a listener, and a friend to crew and passengers alike. Isaac often helped solve personal problems with empathy and humor, providing the kind of wisdom that kept the tone of the show optimistic and heartwarming. Lange's character represented the soul of the ship, offering both levity and insight in countless episodes. Outside the show, Ted Lange proved himself as a versatile talent, directing over 20 episodes of The Love Boat and later working behind the camera on Moesha, The Wayans Brothers, and Dharma and Greg. He also excelled as a playwright, writing stage works that reflected his passion for African American history and culture. In his personal life, Lange has been married twice and is the father of 2 children. He remains active in theater, both acting and directing, and is often seen at TV reunions and fan conventions. As of 2025, he is 77 years old and continues to be celebrated for his enduring contributions to television and stage. Bernie Kopell played Dr. Adam Bricker in The Love Boat, 1977, at the age of 44. Dr. Bricker, known to fans simply as Doc, was the ship's endlessly witty physician, responsible for passenger care but equally remembered for his humorous romances and frequent entanglements in love triangles. His character balanced medical emergencies with comedic relief, often acting as confidant, counselor, and occasional schemer. Bricker's charm, warmth, and vulnerability endeared him to audiences, making him a vital part of the Pacific Princess family. Beyond The Love Boat, Bernie Kopell had already established himself as a television veteran. He became widely recognized for playing Siegfried, the bumbling villain in Get Smart, and he made dozens of appearances in popular shows from Bewitched to That Girl. Kopell built a reputation as one of TV's most reliable character actors with a talent for both comedy and drama. In his personal life, he married actress Katrina Hunadel in 1997, and they shared 2 children together. He remains active in classic television reunions and has appeared in nostalgic specials celebrating the golden age of TV. As of 2025, he is 92 years old and continues to be cherished as the quick-witted doctor who kept both passengers and viewers smiling for a decade. Lauren Tu has portrayed Julie McCoy, the energetic cruise director of the Pacific Princess, in The Love Boat, 1977, when she was 23 years old. Julie was the heart and spirit of the crew, tasked with welcoming passengers and organizing activities, while also serving as a confidant and friend. Her cheerful personality and approachable charm made her a bridge between the crew and guests, often helping passengers navigate romantic and personal challenges. Julie's storyline sometimes showed her own vulnerabilities, reminding viewers that even the most capable cruise director had struggles of her own. Off-screen, Lauren Tu's became a household name thanks to the role, though she faced personal challenges with substance abuse that led to her departure from the show in the mid-1980s. Afterwards, she rebuilt her career with guest roles in series such as Murder, She Wrote, and T.J. Hooker, and later returned to stage work and voice acting. In her personal life, she has been married 3 times and continues to perform in theater while also working occasionally as a sous chef. As of 2025, she is 72 years old and is admired for her resilience and her memorable role as the Pacific Princess's lively cruise director. Jill Whelan joined The Love Boat in 1978 as Vicky Stubing, the teenage daughter of Captain Stubing, when she was just 12 years old. Vicky's arrival added a new layer of warmth and family connection to the show. Bright, curious, and often mischievous, she brought youthful energy and lighthearted storylines that contrasted with the romantic and comedic adventures of the adult passengers. Her interactions with her father highlighted themes of family, growing up, and bonding, giving Captain Stubing a softer, more personal side. Jill Whelan's performance quickly made her a fan favorite, and she remained with the series until its conclusion. Outside the show, Whelan continued acting in guest appearances, including roles on Fantasy Island and Airplane. 1980, where she showcased her comedic talents. Later, she worked as a radio host, event producer, and cruise director in real life, showing how closely her career mirrored her iconic role. She has been married twice and has 2 sons, balancing family life with her work in entertainment and events. As of 2025, she is 59 years old and continues to be celebrated as the beloved daughter of television's most famous captain. Fred Grandy portrayed Burl Gopher Smith, the lovable ship's purser, in The Love Boat, 1977, when he was 29 years old. Gopher was known for his eager, clumsy charm and well-meaning but often bumbling behavior. As purser, he managed passengers' finances and logistics, but his comedic misadventures often stole the spotlight, from romantic entanglements to slapstick mishaps. His wide-eyed innocence and good heart made him an audience favorite, embodying both humor and warmth on the Pacific Princess. Beyond the series, Fred Grandy transitioned from acting to politics, serving as a U.S. congressman for Iowa from 1987 to 1995. He later worked as a radio host and political commentator, showing a striking career evolution from sitcom star to statesman. In his personal life, he has been married twice and is a father of 2. His public service and entertainment career together highlight his versatility and dedication. As of 2025, he is 77 years old and remains remembered both as the ship's endearing purser and as a congressman who made an unusual journey from Hollywood to Washington. Marion Ross portrayed Emily Haywood Stubing, Captain Stubing's gentle and supportive wife, in The Love Boat beginning in 1978, when she was 50 years old. Emily brought warmth and romance to the Pacific Princess, softening Captain Stubing's stern exterior and showing audiences the personal side of the ship's leader. Her graceful demeanor and steady compassion made her a beloved addition, symbolizing companionship and enduring love. By the time she appeared on the series, Ross was already acclaimed for her role as Marion Cunningham on Happy Days, which earned her Golden Globe nominations and secured her place as one of television's most iconic mothers. After The Love Boat, she continued her long career with roles in Brooklyn Bridge, Gilmore Girls, and voice work in SpongeBob SquarePants. In her personal life, she was married to Freeman Meskimen, with whom she had 2 children, including actor Jim Meskimen. Marion Ross passed away on July 7, 2024 at the age of 95 due to natural causes, leaving behind a treasured legacy as one of television's most beloved matriarchs. Ted McGinley joined the Love Boat in 1983 as Ashley Ace Covington Evans, the ship's purser, when he was 25 years old. Introduced to fill the void left by Gopher's departure, Ace was the handsome, confident, and polished new purser, tasked with managing the passengers' needs and finances while also becoming a light romantic lead. His storylines often centered on flirtations, comedic entanglements, and his ability to bring charm and youthful energy to the crew dynamic. Though he entered the series later, Ace became a recognizable figure for viewers who welcomed his balance of professionalism and fun. Beyond the show, Ted McGinley enjoyed a diverse career, appearing in Happy Days, Dynasty, Married, With Children, and Hope and Faith, proving his versatility in both comedy and drama. He also appeared in films such as Revenge of the Nerds and Major League. Back to the minors. Off-screen, he married actress Gigi Rice in 1991, and they shared 2 sons, building a long and steady partnership. As of 2025, he is 67 years old and continues to be remembered as one of television's most familiar and enduring character actors. Audra Lindley portrayed Portia Fairchild in The Love Boat, 1977, when she was 59 years old. Portia was portrayed as a wealthy, stylish, and flamboyant passenger, embodying high society sophistication, while also showing warmth and humor in her interactions with others on the Pacific Princess. She added theatrical flair to her episodes, demonstrating comedic sharpness while never losing a sense of genuine humanity. Off-screen, Lindley had a long career in television and theater, but she became most famous for playing Helen Roper on Three's Company and its spin-off The Ropers. As Helen, she perfectly balanced frustration and humor, creating one of sitcom history's most iconic wives. She also worked extensively on stage and in film, appearing in projects such as Brenda Starr, Troop Beverly Hills, and Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death. Married to actor James Whitmore for a time, she raised 5 children while pursuing her career. Known for her professionalism and her ability to embody both comedy and drama, she remained active in Hollywood until her final years. Audra Lindley passed away on October 16, 1997. At the age of 79 due to leukemia, remembered as one of the most beloved comedic actresses of her generation, Connie Stevens portrayed Marcia Rand in The Love Boat, 1978, when she was 40 years old. Marcia was an elegant, charming passenger whose episodes often revolved around romance, misunderstandings, and heartfelt reconciliations, embodying the mix of comedy and sentiment that defined the series. With her stylish presence and quick wit, she brought sophistication and sparkle to the Pacific Princess, standing out as a glamorous figure who could be both playful and deeply moving. Off-screen, Stevens was already well established as a star, having risen to fame with her role in Hawaiian Eye and building a parallel career as a successful singer, scoring hits in the early 1960s. Beyond performing, she became an entrepreneur, founding a beauty and cosmetics empire that thrived for decades, demonstrating business savvy alongside artistry. She was married first to actor James Stacy, then to singer Eddie Fisher, and she is the mother of actresses Joely Fisher and Trisha Lee Fisher, both of whom followed her into show business. Beloved for her determination, charm, and resilience, Connie Stevens has remained active in Hollywood circles for many years. As of 2025, she is 87 years old, admired as both a glamorous star of television's golden era and a pioneering businesswoman. Arte Johnson portrayed Radford Harcourt in The Love Boat, 1977, when he was 48 years old. Harcourt was written as a quirky, eccentric, and often unpredictable passenger, perfectly suited to Johnson's offbeat comedic style. With his sharp timing, expressive face, and gift for unusual voices, he turned each scene into a memorable comic vignette, bringing unpredictability and humor to the smooth voyages of the Pacific Princess. Already an established comic star, Johnson had won an Emmy Award for his work on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, where his outrageous characters and his famous line, "Very interesting, might but stupid," made him a cultural icon. Beyond sketch comedy, he took on roles in Love at First Bite and The President's Analyst, while also voicing characters in animated series such as Justice League and Animaniacs. Known personally for his wit, humility, and long devotion to his wife Gisela, whom he married in 1968, he was respected both as a performer and a man of quiet integrity. Arte Johnson passed away on July 3, 2019, at the age of 90 due to bladder and prostate cancer, leaving a legacy as one of television's most inventive and beloved comedic talents. Carol Channing portrayed Aunt Sylvia in The Love Boat, 1981, when she was 60 years old. Aunt Sylvia was a vibrant, larger-than-life passenger, perfectly matched to Channing's own theatrical persona. With her trademark humor, animated expressions, and sparkling energy, Sylvia brought comedy and warmth to the Pacific Princess, delighting viewers with her eccentric presence. Off-screen, Carol Channing was a Broadway legend, best known for originating the role of Dolly Levi in Hello, Dolly, a performance that won her the Tony Award and defined her career. She also starred in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, where her rendition of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend became iconic. Over her long career, she received numerous accolades, including a Golden Globe and several Tony nominations, and she was inducted into the American Theater Hall of Fame. In her personal life, Channing was married 4 times and was admired for her warmth, generosity, and advocacy for the arts. Carol Channing passed away on January 15, 2019, at the age of 97 due to natural causes, remembered as one of Broadway's most dazzling and enduring stars. Morgan Brittany portrayed Ruth Justin in The Love Boat, 1981, when she was 29 years old. Ruth was a stylish and ambitious passenger whose storylines often revolved around romance, personal ambition, and the occasional comic misunderstanding, reflecting the glamorous image that Morgan Brittany often brought to her roles. Her character embodied elegance and allure, standing out in episodes that blended high drama with lighthearted comedy. Off-screen, Brittany had been acting since childhood, famously appearing in Gypsy, 1962, as young baby June, and later as Vivian Lee in both The Day of the Locust and Gable in Lombard. She became most widely known in the 1980s for her role as Catherine Wentworth on Dallas, where her icy presence made her a formidable television villain. Beyond acting, she has also worked as a political commentator and author, building a career in media beyond Hollywood. In her personal life, she has been married to Jack Gill, a stuntman and director since 1981, and they have 2 children together. As of 2025, Morgan Brittany is 73 years old, remembered both for her glamorous television roles and her versatile career beyond acting. Jessica Walter portrayed Marcia Farnsworth in The Love Boat, 1978, when she was 37 years old. Marcia was portrayed as a sophisticated, witty passenger whose storylines balanced humor with a touch of vulnerability, showcasing Walter's sharp comedic timing and dramatic depth. Her presence on The Pacific Princess highlighted how guest stars could elevate the series with memorable and heartfelt performances. Off-screen, Jessica Walter's career spanned more than 6 decades, beginning in the 1960s with Grand Prix and continuing with television classics. She won an Emmy Award for Amy Prentice in 1975 and became beloved in later years for her role as Lucille Bluth in Arrested Development, where her biting wit and flawless delivery earned her cult status. She also voiced Mallory Archer in the animated series Archer, adding another layer to her enduring popularity. In her personal life, she was married to actor Ron Liebman until his death in 2019. Jessica Walter passed away on March 24, 2021, at the age of 80 due to undisclosed causes, leaving behind a legacy as one of television's sharpest and most versatile performers. Pat Harrington Jr. appeared on The Love Boat in 1977 as Dr. Milton Foster when he was 48 years old. Dr. Foster was written as a charismatic and witty doctor whose intelligence and easy humor made him a welcome guest aboard the Pacific Princess. Like many of the show's revolving guest stars, his role was designed to blend romance and comedy, allowing Harrington's natural comedic charm to shine through while also giving the storyline a touch of warmth and heart. Though his screen time was limited to one episode, Dr. Foster embodied the essence of what The Love Boat delivered to audiences: lighthearted escapism, unexpected friendships, and the possibility of romance at sea. Outside the series, Harrington became a household name for his portrayal of Dwayne Schneider on the sitcom One Day at a Time, 1975 to 1984. Schneider, the wisecracking building superintendent with a trademark tool belt and cigar, became one of television's most iconic comedic characters. The role earned Harrington both an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe, cementing his place in television history. His career spanned several decades, with appearances in both dramatic and comedic roles, along with voice work, including the Inspector Clouseau animated shorts. In his personal life, Harrington was married twice and fathered 4 children. Known off-screen as a kind and generous man, he devoted much of his later years to family. Sadly, Harrington developed Alzheimer's disease in his later life and died on January 6, 2016 at age 86, from complications of the illness. His passing marked the loss of a performer whose humor and humanity made him one of television's most beloved character actors. John Smithers guest starred on The Love Boat in 1982 as Carol Cooperman, when she was 33 years old. Carol was introduced as one of the many passengers who brought warmth and vibrancy to the Pacific Princess, the floating setting of romance and adventure. Her character embodied the typical guest arc of the show, mixing humor, heart, and the promise of new experiences. Although she appeared only briefly, Smithers' natural beauty, soft-spoken demeanor, and ability to portray relatable women made Carol stand out as one of the more charming visitors during the long run of the series. Beyond her guest role, Jan Smithers became widely recognized for playing Bailey Quarters on the classic sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati, 1978 to 1982. Bailey began as a shy, reserved news reporter at the radio station, but gradually emerged as a strong and competent professional. Smithers' portrayal struck a chord with audiences, particularly younger women who admired Bailey's quiet determination and intelligence. The role remains her most enduring contribution to television, earning her respect and a loyal fan base. In her personal life, Smithers married actor James Brolin in 1986, and together they had one daughter before divorcing in 1995. Following the end of her marriage and stepping away from Hollywood, she chose a more private and peaceful life, focusing on family and personal growth rather than fame. Smithers eventually distanced herself from the spotlight, but her performances continue to resonate with fans of classic television. Today, she is remembered for her authenticity, subtle charm, and for leaving an indelible mark on audiences who saw her as both talented and genuine. Gordon Jump portrayed Nathan Wills in The Love Boat, 1980, when he was 48 years old. Nathan was written as a warm-hearted and slightly bumbling passenger whose kind demeanor and humorous interactions added lightness to the voyage. His storyline reflected the show's gift for weaving in comic yet heartfelt guest characters, often reminding audiences that humor and kindness are essential parts of travel and human connection. Off-screen, Gordon Jump became a familiar face to millions as Arthur Big Guy Carlson on WKRP in Cincinnati, where his portrayal of the mild-mannered and often clueless station manager turned him into a fan favorite. He also achieved pop culture recognition as the Maytag repairman in a long-running advertising campaign, cementing his status as a beloved television personality. Jump's career included guest spots on shows such as Seinfeld, Growing Pains, and Lou Grant, highlighting his range across both comedy and drama. Admired for his professionalism, humor, and approachable personality, he was respected throughout Hollywood. Gordon Jump passed away on September 22, 2003, at the age of 71 from pulmonary fibrosis, remembered as one of television's most endearing and versatile character actors. Robert Reed portrayed Larry Peters in The Love Boat, 1977, when he was 45 years old. Larry was a polished and sophisticated guest whose storyline often dealt with charm, relationships, and personal dilemmas, allowing Reed to balance warmth with emotional depth. His appearance demonstrated how The Love Boat often featured serious actors in lighthearted roles. Beyond the cruise ship, Reed became an iconic figure as Mike Brady, the patient and principled father on The Brady Bunch, a role that made him a television legend. Despite being typecast as the perfect dad, Reed remained dedicated to classical acting, with training rooted in Shakespeare and Broadway performances. He also appeared in numerous TV movies and dramas, showing his versatility. In his personal life, Reed was intensely private, carefully shielding his identity and health struggles from the public. Later, revelations showed his quiet bravery in facing illness. Robert Reed passed away on May 12, 1992, at the age of 59 from colon cancer, later revealed to be complicated by HIV, leaving behind a legacy as both a sitcom icon and a classically trained actor who gave every role sincerity and weight. Jimmy J.J. Walker portrayed Marvin Jones in The Love Boat, 1977, when he was 30 years old. Marvin was written as a comedic, high-energy passenger whose antics and fast-talking humor brought laughter and levity to the voyage. Walker's appearance reflected his reputation at the time as one of the most exciting comedic voices of the decade. Off-screen, Walker rose to stardom as J.J. Evans on Good Times, where his catchphrase, "Dynamite," became a cultural phenomenon and one of the most famous lines in television history. Even after the peak of Good Times, he maintained a career as a stand-up comedian, performing across the United States and abroad, often reflecting on social issues and his experiences in Hollywood. He appeared on late-night talk shows, guest starred on sitcoms, and even wrote a memoir sharing his unique perspective. Walker never married, often making light of bachelorhood in interviews, but remained a dedicated entertainer with a lifelong passion for comedy. As of 2025, Jimmy Walker is 78 years old, still celebrated as a television icon and stand-up comedy legend, whose energy and humor continue to connect with audiences. David Doyle portrayed Cliff in The Love Boat, 1978, when he was 49 years old. Cliff was a lively and engaging passenger whose storyline revolved around humorous romantic complications, allowing Doyle to showcase his quick timing and energetic personality. His guest appearance fit perfectly with the show's tradition of including recognizable stars and charming comedic roles. Away from the ship, Doyle was most famous for his role as John Bosley in Charlie's Angels, the loyal assistant who provided guidance and fatherly support to the Angels. His performance made him a steady presence on one of television's most stylish and popular series of the late 1970s. Beyond that, he worked steadily in stage productions, film, and later voice acting, where he charmed younger audiences as Grandpa Lou on Rugrats. Married to Ann Nathan from 1960 until his death, he was admired for his stability and devotion, both personally and professionally. Doyle was known in Hollywood for his generosity, humor, and warmth toward colleagues. David Doyle passed away on February 26, 1997, at the age of 67 from a heart attack, leaving behind a career filled with reliability, charm, and unforgettable performances. Who is your favorite character from The Love Boat? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.